Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-Hawks. I said the K-Hawks, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school, like a champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to O'Fallon High School here in O'Fallon, Illinois, as we get you ready for a little boys soccer action. Final Southwestern Conference game of the year, and it features your Collegeville K-Hawks getting ready to take on the host O'Fallon Panthers. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collegeville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollegeville.com. Getting you ready for this varsity game, but first we'll tell you what happened in the JV game. That was a real exciting game to watch. It was 2-1 Collegeville after one half of play, and then we come back in the second half, and Robbie Freeman, the goalkeeper for Collegeville, stopped a penalty kick at the 56-minute mark, so it stayed 2-1, but not that long. At the 61-minute mark, O'Fallon ties it at 2-2, and at the 65-minute mark, O'Fallon gets a screamer from about 35 yards out that Freeman could not stop, and Collinsville JV loses this game tonight by a final score of 3-2, and that drops their overall record to 11-5-2 on the year, and they have one more game left in the JV season, and that'll be Thursday against the Granite City. All right, let's get you set for this one. Collinsville comes in at 15-2-2. Overall, they are 9-0 in the Southwestern Conference, and they are Southwestern Conference champions outright for the second year in a row, coached by Mr. Rob Loogie in his sixth year. That win on Thursday night against Belleville East was win number 100 of the year for Coach Loogie, so he is now 133-5 in his 6 years, or 5+ years, if you will. O'Fallon, they are 9-7-2 on the year. They are 4-5 in Southwest Conference play, and their head coach is Chris Kazmarezak, and he is in his third year and brings with him a record of 31-18-3. As I mentioned, the Cahoks are coming off of a 1-0 Southwestern Conference clinching win over Belleville East Thursday night at Belleville East. The win was Collinsville's third straight win, second of those in the Southwestern Conference, all three via the shutout, and they've outscored their opponents by a score of 7-0 in that time. Junior goalkeeper Nick Horace with his sixth shutout, solo shutout that is, of the year, and 3 in a row for Mr. Horace. And Adam Reiniger got the only goal in that game, 20th goal of the year scored for him. Cahoks, they pick up their third straight Southwestern Conference championship, their second straight outright championship. Collinsville and Edwardsville shared the crown in the COVID-shortened 2020-2021 season. And as I mentioned, Thursday's win, number 100 for Coach Rob Loogie. Tonight is the O'Fallon Panthers regular season finale. They will have one full week after tonight to prepare for the playoffs. O'Fallon is hosting the other regional, as is Collinsville. Panthers are coming off of a back-to-back conference win of their own with a 9-0 home win over Alton on Thursday and a 2-1 win at Edwardsville 1 week ago tonight. Only the second two-game win streak this year for O'Fallon. They have only lost 2 straight one time this year. I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Loogie about his 100th win, about another Southwestern Conference championship, and everything that lies ahead for his Collinsville Cahoks. And we'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft-wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're in O'Fallon tonight. It is the final Southwestern Conference game for your Collinsville Kahok soccer team, and visiting us with us now is head coach Rob Loogie. So let's go backwards, Coach. 1-0 win over Belleville East gives you a Southwestern Conference championship outright for the second year in a row, shared 3 years in a row. So your feelings on another Southwestern Conference victory?
It's nice. Winning games in this conference is hard, and to be able to win 9 so far, and it's a good feeling. It's a testament to the boys' work and kind of them buying into the program and continually doing what is asked of them on a daily basis.
How about as far as the coaching staff is concerned, man? What do coaches think of these kinds of things?
Not much. We're just kind of always preparing for the next game. We just started moving on and moving to the next game, preparing for O'Fallon, preparing for Granite, and honestly, I'm preparing for the playoffs. I'm watching film on Quincy, Granite, anybody and everybody that I can find. That's where I'm at. It's nice to win those games, and I really do enjoy it. And maybe at some point, years from now, I can think about it. But currently, it's always the next game.
I'm going to guess you're going to give me the same kind of answer on picking up win number 100 of your career in your 6th year. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'll probably get the same answer. It kind of is what it is. I appreciate it. But we've had a good group of boys. I have a great coaching staff, Jeff, Josh, Sydney, and now Jake. And Ned's over the summer. His work with Nick and Robbie has been huge for us. And then it's just the boys. They for 6 years now, 8 years since I've been here, they've done what was asked of them. With little complaint, at least to my face at least. But they've always done it, and they've never stopped. So, I truly appreciate that.
I know I surprised you with that information on your 100th win. Was everybody else kind of surprised too?
Yeah, no one had any idea. But again, we don't really think like that. We're just always planning for the next day, planning for the next game, trying to get better every day. I know it's all kind of coach speak, but it's true.
All right, let's talk about the game in general. Only one goal scored. Adam Reiniger scored it. We thought for a minute there that young Braden Bourne was going to get his first assist, but turns out to go to Garofalo. Tell me what you saw on that goal.
Sam played a really nice ball, split 2 defenders, and Adam did what he does, and he was very calm, moving forward, took a nice touch, and just passed it right past the goalie. Those are the things that we have to be able to do moving forward, is stay calm in front of the net, just find each other, and then find the corners, and he did it there, and it was a great thing.
We've talked about Adam at length sometimes because he's that special of a kid. 20 goals on the year, man. I did some looking. I can't find anybody that scored 20 goals for Collinsville since 1999.
Yeah, that's overly impressive. I challenged him to get to 22, and there's still 2 games left to get there. But we've had other people step up. Like I think Trey's close to 10. Chris has stepped up. Bryson Bodie's played really well. So it's not Adam gets a lot of the focus because he scores goals, but there's a lot of people stepping up, playing multiple positions, and just finding a way for us.
Third shutout in a row. All 3 of them belong to Nick Horace. Man, he's really shaping up to be a pretty good goalie.
Yeah, I think it's the training that Niedzwicki did with him over the summer. That was overly helpful, and then him and Robbie together in practice, they put each other through it. So and it's kind of trial by fire for him. We don't have a whole lot of days off. It's game, recovery day, game, recovery day. So it's just kind of let's hope he does his best and score goals and just to cover him.
2 games left, as you mentioned, before the playoffs start. Are we resting anybody tonight, or you want these guys going out?
No, we're not resting anybody. Going 10-0 in conference would be pretty outstanding for us. I don't think anybody's done that since we went to home and away. So that means a lot. Like winning conference and putting on the best show that you can in every one of these games means a lot, and we want to win.
You had O'Fallon earlier this year at Kahok Stadium, and you got that victory. How much does and that keeps your record spotless. How much does that go into what's going to happen here tonight, or are you just clean slate?
It's a clean slate because it's such a long year, and I hope everybody's like us, where they play multiple formations, try different things throughout the year, and see what works, best at the end of the year. And O'Fallon looks like a better team now than when we played them. So, it's going to be a great game. I just hope that we come with our best and come out on top.
What do you want to see from your guys these last 2 games before the playoffs start?
I really want to shore up defensively. I know, like you said, we've had some shutouts, but I would like to limit shots. I think last year when we started to make a playoff run, while Jackson was playing really well in the net, we limited the other team's opportunities on shots. So if we could start doing that, it would be a huge plus for us.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Rob Loogie, your Collinsville Kahok boys soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll step the starting 11 for both sides. We'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at O'Fallon Township High School as we get you ready for this soccer matchup on the boys' side of things between Collinsville and O'Fallon. And again, my name is Todd Duke on the other microphone. Mr. Brett Borum, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Todd. How are you?
Fantastic, man. It's kind of a nice, cool evening. I was a lot colder than this Friday at football.
Oh, I bet you were. No, this is a classic fall high school soccer weather, and it's going to be a great night.
It is. All right, your thought on the coach's comments?
Yeah, he had some good points. As we talked about, we go into the last week of the season with 2 games. I know other teams like O'Fallon and Edwardsville, they prefer to rest their players for the final week and prepare for the regionals. Coach Loogie likes his players to go in, fresh and not stale. So we play 2 games, and the other teams have off.
Yeah, and he's very modest when it comes to talking about himself, isn't it, man? You ask him about that 100 wins, he's like, it's just another game.
Yeah, he sure does. He's very man of few words, as we've come to know over the last few years.
Yeah, but how about that Southwestern Conference Championship 2 years in a row, man? And, I got to agree with him there. If you can go 10-0 in the season in the conference, that's another extra feather in the cap.
This conference is tough, and with the elimination of Granite City, as you remember, they were such a strong program over the years in the Southwestern Conference. But, man, you got the Edwardsville's, O'Fallon's, the East. I mean, they're all tough, and you got to bring your A game every single night. So to go 9-0, maybe, hopefully 10, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a big testament to this team and program.
Told you about the JV game. Collinsville lost that one 3-2. Their record now 11-5-2 for the JVers with 1 game left. In the volleyball world, they're playing at home against Belleville West. Not a good result thus far. Freshmen lost both sets 25-23 and 25-18. JV lost both sets 25-11 and 25-19, and 1 set in the books at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and Collinsville has lost that one 25-18. So we're hoping the girls can pull out a win in set number 2 and take it to a tie-breaking set number 3. Here are your starters. We'll begin with O'Fallon. You will find on the pitch is Rohan Jacob. He will be the goalkeeper tonight for O'Fallon. In front of him, you will find Caden Radcliffe, Lucas Favor, Drew Ferguson, Nate Koenig, Matt Culp, Evan Weber, Carter Bouchard, Carson Howe, Tyler Howe, and Jack Treadway. On Collinsville side, you will find Nick Horace in between the pipes once again. In front of him, Bryson Bodie, Braden Borm, Gavin Chrisman, Chris Munoz, Sam Garofalo, Jimmy Crowder, Landon Mahat, Justin Hamann, Adam Reiniger, and Trey Peterson. So that's the starters for both sides here tonight. Of course, Adam Reiniger scored his team-leading 20th goal on Thursday. I went back and looked, man. I can't find any 20-goal scorers since 1999. The closest we have 3 that scored 17. 2007, Jordan Delamano. In 2011, Robbie Adams. And in 2015, Luis Deonda. And those most recently, Logan Whitehead scored 16 in 2017. So I don't know if before 1999 if there was a 20-goal scorer, but I think we actually play more games now than we did back in the day.
Oh, for sure. We're playing 20, 21 games a season now. We were talking pregame with some parents, trying to figure out, as we talked about the other night, who was the last 20-goal scorer. We were thinking Luis Deonda might have been the last one, but as you're saying now, 2015, 2016, he did not reach that. So we thought he was probably the closest.
Yep. That's a feather in Reiniger's cap if I'd ever say there was one.
Oh, for sure.
All right, our final break coming up, and when we come back, we'll have some soccer for you. We'll pass along some more names and some more numbers if we have a chance in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. And once again, welcome back to O'Fallon Township High School. Todd Duke is my name. On the other microphone is Mr. Brett Borman. It gives me my pleasure to introduce one of our Collinsville Broadcasting Club students. Layla Hutchison is going to be operating the camera here for us tonight, and she'll also be interviewed during the halftime show. So we're putting her under the fire, man. We're going to roast her right off the bat. No, just kidding. We'll take it easy on her. Chris Kettler is here, too. He's going to scrounge up some halftime scores for us so we can give those to you as well. But he gets a night off from the camera duty tonight, so he's enjoying life as a spectator tonight.
Absolutely. Those are nice nights to have, believe it or not.
I know. You had one of those. You had a bunch of those this week or this year.
Yep.
Especially that
Last week.
that trip to SLU.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Collinsville is out here in the all-white uniforms. They have numbers in purple on the fronts and the backs. We are underway, which means I need to start the clock. And go. And O'Fallon is out here in their royal blue, midnight blue kind of looking sort of uniforms. They're very dark blue. They have their numbers just a little trim, it looks like, in blue as well. So that's how we get things started here. And Nick Horace in goal to your left, wearing the sky blue uniform that looks more like Belleville East colors than it does Collinsville colors. And here's a little bit of a steal here and getting around Garofalo. And oh, what a one-hand save by Horace there as O'Fallon tested Collinsville very early here.
Yes, Carter Brouchard, who I believe had the goal against Collinsville in the first match, was able to beat Sam Garofalo 1v1 there at the center back position. Nicky Horace makes the save. Sorry.
Corner kick from the far side. Yeah, I know that was
beautiful
tough.
save.
Yeah, it was. There's the kick. It's low and it stays out front, and it's kind of popped up into the air. So Collinsville dodges a bullet early on here, and they get the ball out of harm's way, all the way back out to midfield, where it's brought back forward by Radcliffe, and then Collinsville trying to intercept, can't get the ball from Radcliffe's foot, and he'll send it over onto the far side. And O'Fallon will, again, try the attack, and they get the ball all the way through, but that one's going to end up going out of bounds. So maybe that's going to be the early test.
Let's hope it's the only test. I know it won't be, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. You know, we've got Sam Garofalo going to play center back tonight in place of Compton. I don't know if he's nursing an injury or what, but we'll see if he can get in the game later.
Ball sent back out to midfield. And Collinsville's Mahat trying to track it down. He'll send it over to the far side for Reiniger, and Reiniger will have to poke it on back to the defense. Garofalo will take over, and he'll send one back up this way. And off of a couple of backs, one of those including Trey Peterson. Peterson getting around his defender for just a moment, but didn't take the ball with him. And then Collinsville gets a little bit of a break there, and Landon Mahat will get the ball up. Leading scorer for O'Fallon is Carter Bouchard. He has 9 goals. Actually, there's 3 guys. It's Bouchard, Howe, and Koenig, all with 9 goals. Koenig, I'm guessing he's some kind of relation to Jake Koenig, the assistant coach.
Jake's from the O'Fallon program as well. So
and Rob Loogie, he's from this area as well, and has a Brendan Loogie on the opposing team. As Collinsville trying to get it out of there and get some offense going on here. So far early on, it's been O'Fallon with just a little bit of offense, but we're just getting started here as we are just about 3 minutes into this contest. And over here on this near side, right down below our location, nice job by Chrisman keeping it in. Over to Peterson. Peterson gets it back over to Mahat. Into the middle of the field we go to Bryson Bodie. Bodie with a head of steam, comes up, takes a shot, and it's too high.
A little high, but I like the decision by Bodie shooting from outside. That's one thing Collinsville has been trying to do too much of, and that's trying to score from inside the 6-yard box, inside the 18. So I like to see Collinsville shooting early.
If I can see my sheet here, I don't have to have that light on, but I don't know, that's a little hard. We'll give it a try. Takes the glare off the window.
Sure does.
Over onto the far side. O'Fallon may take it over, but Collinsville's defense is back there, and here is Crowder. And Crowder has that ball go away, but comes right out to Nick Horace, and Horace will send it back out to midfield off of the head there of Treadway. And then over onto the far side, Collinsville will take over once again. Right in front of their own bench, that ball rolls out to midfield. Chrisman there trying to get the ball back. He does so with a little pass, and it ends up finding a foot of one of the O'Fallon players. And then Crowder, he did a nice little stutter step there to stop the sliding O'Fallon player from taking that ball away. And then he'll have to go retreat it in the corner, but it's going to go across the end line, and another goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
That was a nifty play by Jimmy Crowder there with that stutter step. Got that O'Fallon forward to commit early, and then he was able to tap it around him and go for the clear.
So Garofalo will send this one back out. Oh, boy. And that one's a little low. Back out to midfield we go. Back over into O'Fallon's offensive zone. Once again, here is Koenig. And he'll give the ball up to Treadway. Treadway back over to Koenig. Koenig works outside this left-hand wing, and Collinsville intercepts, and then that's off an O'Fallon player, and Collinsville will have a throw-in. Lost? Okay.
Anytime you have a player like Dane Compton not in the lineup, it throws everything else out of whack for the Kahawks. You've got Sam Garofalo playing a little bit different position tonight, and that's going to cause a little chaos in the Collinsville defensive end. I'm
sure it'll take some time to get used to, and once maybe they get the couple of 5 to 7 minutes in here, they might settle down a little bit.
100%. Got to get the jitters out, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. O'Fallon, they have control of the ball once again. They bring it up, but they're not going to be able to keep it going as that ball slides out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, handled by Braden Borm. Borm sends it out to midfield over the head of Peterson, and then it takes kind of an O'Fallon roll, but Collinsville trying to stick with it and trying to track it down was Juan Carlos Doria. Back out to midfield we go. Collinsville trying to get a little offensive push here. So far they haven't been able to get much past midfield, and trying to track that ball down before it goes out of bounds, and unsuccessful is Nate Koenig. Finished the thought on Reiniger's 20-goal season thus far. I went looking through the IHSA state soccer all-time records to see if anyone from Collinsville may have popped up on there before 1999, because, you know, the STL side only goes back to 99. That's as far as I can go as far as checking individual stats. But I did find Adam's dad, Rich Reiniger, on that list. He is tied for 18th on the list of most goals in a season when he scored 53 goals for Althoff Catholic High School in Belleville in 1982.
That's going back a ways.
It is.
But that's quite a feat. 57? Is that what you said?
53 goals
53.
in 1982, and that's just 18th on the list.
Yeah. Rich had himself quite the playing career. He went on to play at McKendree College. I know that. And I also know he played professionally for the Ambush.
Yeah. And the 18-yard box it goes, and Collinsville avoids any further offensive push there by O'Fallon. They'll send the ball back out to midfield where it's picked up by Chrisman. Chrisman moves the ball up, and Collinsville will send it down to the offensive zone. That's off of the chest of Peterson. He tried to track it down, but O'Fallon had enough players back that he didn't have to worry about that. And now we have a foul called against O'Fallon right at midfield, so Collinsville will get a free kick from about 60 yards away. They'll pass it over to the far side. Garofalo. Now back into the middle for Bodie, and then back to the defensive side of things. Crowder will send it over to Garofalo once again. Seems like Crowder's a little playing out of position as well, isn't he?
Yeah, it's kind of this has moved a lot of kids around out of their normal positions.
Collinsville brings it up to midfield, and the Kahawks look for an offensive push. And they send the ball up. Munoz does, but it's intercepted there by the defense. Chrisman trying to get it back, but he can't get there. And that ball sent all the way down. And circling with it is Garofalo. He'll just send it over to the sideline and send it right back up the sideline. Never did get it out of bounds. Now he sends it up into the box where Borum uses his head to get it back out of the way. Onto the foot of Mahat. And Collinsville bringing it back the other way once again. Here is Munoz. Gets the ball all the way over onto the far side for Reiniger. Reiniger in front of the O'Fallon bench. Gets double teamed and gets the ball taken off of his foot. O'Fallon will send it back down, and it'll roll all the way down the sideline. Nick Horace will take care of it from there. You think going back to 1982 is a trip back in time? How about 1976?
Tell me about it.
That is the number one on the list. His name is Robert Merschbach of Gordon Technical Institute, or Technical High School out of Chicago. In 26 matches in 1976, he scored 71 goals.
That's insane.
It is.
That is insane. I don't care what kind of competition you play against.
24 straight matches, he had at least one goal or more, and you better have a lot more if you're scoring 71 goals in 26 minutes.
Right, for sure.
That's craziness, man. I don't know what happened that day. Did the other team not show up?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a lot of goals in 26 games, man. I mean, if you double that up in 26 games, you're looking at 52 goals.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
And he scored almost 20 more than that. That's just crazy. Back out to midfield we go. And the defense takes over for O'Fallon. They'll send it on over here for Lucas Favor. Favor coming up the sideline and puts a pretty nice pass onto the foot of Tyler Howe. Howe has to circle and sends one from the corner out front. Collinsville, nice job there on the defense to step in front of one of the players, but O'Fallon gets it back. They get bumped off, and no, they're going to say that was a clean play. And back out to midfield the ball goes. Collinsville survived another scare there.
Absolutely. That probably could have gone either way. I can identify with O'Fallon's unhappiness with that.
Collinsville trying to get this push going here in the offensive zone. Trey Peterson takes control of the ball, sends it back out to Mahat. Mahat in the midfield area will send it up, and Reiniger gets a shove in the back, and then we'll pass it over here to Peterson. Peterson trying to get around his defender. He does a little bit, tries to cross one, and that is sent back out to the sideline and out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in from here on this near side sideline.
Collinsville generating really their first offensive push thus far in the match, and here we are 10, 12 minutes into the match.
Yes. Another one that didn't quite make it down to where it was supposed to. And all the way back over onto the far side we go for Justin Hamann. Hamann sends the ball up, and Bodie playing a winger over there.
Yeah, Bodie and Chrisman look like they're playing that holding mid in front of Garofalo, Borum, and Hamann. So it looks like we're playing a 3-2. I don't know what formation he's got going on right now.
Well, if you were to give out team MVP awards, of course, you know, you would almost be slapped around if you didn't give it to the guy who scored 20 goals for the first time in over 20 years. Right. But if it wasn't for him, I'd have to give it to Bodie.
That'd be my pick, too.
Yeah.
Senior leadership, senior captain. You know, when he was out, you saw what a difference he makes. Mm-hmm. You know, what you're missing there at that holding mid position. Yeah, I would go with that too, Todd.
Trey Peterson ready for a throw-in over here on this near side. He'll give it up for Borum. And with 28.5 minutes left to go, no score thus far. Collinsville throws it into the offensive zone. Crowder trying to do his magic, and Borum, he'll just pop one right into the 18-yard box. And, oh, boy, nice job by Munoz, but he just missed getting his head on that ball. Now he gets a foot on it, and it rolls toward the goal, and it is stopped there by Jacob Rohan.
Borum floating a nice cross into the box. Unlucky. Not a Collinsville forward there.
Rohan will just throw it out instead of kicking it out. And up this near sideline it goes, and that's where it'll stay because they just kicked it right out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up here for Borum.
Feel like Collinsville starting to get their legs a little bit.
Starting to figure things out here is Reiniger. Reiniger over here where Peterson was playing. And now another throw-in coming up. This one will be handled by Chrisman, because this is almost like a corner kick here. As Chrisman will get ahead of steam and throw that ball into the box. Here is that throw-in. Comes right out in front off of Collinsville's head, and a shot. Oh, that was a shot that was blocked. Actually, I think the ball didn't get blocked. The foot got blocked.
Something got blocked. It looked like it had a little bit of spin coming off of it. I didn't know if it was a deflection or not. Clearly it's not.
One more game left for Collinsville, and that'll be Thursday at home against Granite City. We will be covering girls volleyball that night against Alton.
Somebody go to the ball, boys.
Rolls all the way down to the O'Fallon offensive zone where it's poked out of bounds. Well, not quite. Garofalo tried to get it out of bounds, but ended up being a pass right to one of the O'Fallon players. That O'Fallon player breaks in the right side.
Oh, great job.
And nice job over there. Is unable to finish the job was Carson Howe. And then Collinsville gets the ball back out to the midfield area. Crowder moves the ball up. And Collinsville looking to make a mark. That was another nice move by the Kahawks. They'll try to thread the needle up the sideline. Over on that far sideline, Kahawks bring it across. And they find Crowder once again. Crowder gives it up, and that ball is stolen by O'Fallon.
Absolutely
O'Fallon
stripped.
trying to bring it up field. And Horace gets a hold of it and sends it out on a low shot. That was almost dangerous. And then Collinsville steps in front of it. Bodie again trying to track that ball down, get it off of Treadway's foot. He does exactly that.
Yep.
Crowder will send the ball up. Ooh, nice head there by O'Fallon, because I tell you what, Reiniger was streaking up that sideline. He would have been all alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bryson Bodie showing some great defense inside that 18 a few seconds ago. That kid he's so strong, Todd, on the ball. He's so hard to knock off.
Over on the far side of the field, Fallon getting ready for a big throw-in.
Big throw, yep. Evan Weber, right?
Yep.
We've lived this nightmare how many years?
Yeah, a lot. You won't have to do it next year, though.
I know.
In front, popped up, and I think Borum got his body in the way, so no shot could be taken, so had that much going for the kid. And then over here to this near sideline, that is Favor. Favor sends it all the way back out to the defense, and the defense will start all over again. To the midfielders it goes. Midfielders trying to work it up to the forwards, but there's a nice steal by Garofalo. Garofalo stepped in front of that ball, brings it up the far side, and there's no one there to get that pass. That's usually where Reiniger's parked.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the run that Adam needs to be making there. He sees that the lane that Sam has, he's got nowhere else to go for a crossfield pass, so Adam's got to make that run.
That was a nice pass by Reiniger off the bottom of his shoe. He gets it over to Munoz, but Munoz couldn't catch up with it after that. So a throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, and they want to make some substitutions. O'Fallon will bring 3 players on and take 3 players off. Collinsville will exchange just 1. As coming onto the field for the Kahawks is Juan Carlos Doria. And the throw-in by Chrisman into the front of the box. It comes down, and then a return shot off of the foot of Mahadi. Didn't get enough on it. He had to go way up to the air to get it.
Yep.
And couldn't get enough on it to get it to go the right way.
Kind of reaching a little bit further than his little legs can reach.
Lady Kahawks dropped that second set to Belleville West 25-20, so the Lady Kahawk volleyball program suffers a 6-set sweep at the hands of Belleville West. Here is Jacob. He'll send the ball back out to midfield.
Over.
And over everyone's head. Oh, Garofalo almost got taken out while he was going up into the air for that ball. Borm sends it back out toward midfield, but O'Fallon comes away with it. And now a crossing pass to the top of the 18-yard box, trying to find the foot of Koenig. And Collinsville gets that one out of there as well. Fallon putting on some pressure. And here is Adam Reiniger. He got past one, but now there's nothing but blue jerseys back there to try to disrupt him, and that's exactly what they do. Too many of them back there. He was outnumbered. Up the far sideline, O'Fallon. The ball knocked out of bounds by Collinsville, so the Panthers will have a throw-in from the far side.
Thus far, I would say O'Fallon's had more opportunities in the offensive third than Collinsville has had. Just look a little bit out of whack, a little bit slow.
Weber with another throw-in from the far side. Underneath that light standard on the track, he'll run all the way up to the yellow line, and he'll throw one in, and that one's down, and Collinsville will get it out. Last time we were here, we had a throw-in goal that went right in.
I remember that.
And they said it was off of Jackson Perrell's thumb, and it counted.
Right. Same throw-in, just the opposite side.
Weber will switch sides.
Need Nicky Horace to own that 6-yard box. Anything that gets in there, he needs to use them leaping abilities and go get it.
Weber throws it in. It's going to go out the far side, and that's off of a head. And the head belonged to Nate Koenig, and Koenig almost ran into that far post after he hit that ball off his head.
Yeah, that's a ball I'd like to see Nick come off that line, either punch it with his fists, or if he can't get to it, get it at his highest point. Clear to danger.
Just a little under 22 minutes to go here in this 40-minute first half. No score yet between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. I'm Todd Duke. Brett Borum on the other microphone. Layla Hutchinson manning the camera here for us tonight. One of our 7 students that showed up and took part in the first meeting for the Kahok Broadcasting Club, so we're glad to have Layla here. We have another meeting coming up at the end of the month, so going to get these kids a little bit more involved each time we go around.
That's a great program you got started, Todd. Kudos to you on that.
Thanks. They'll be sick of me come middle of basketball season.
You're going to put them to work, aren't you?
I'm going to put them to work.
Yep.
Popped up into the air here at midfield. Borum trying to chase it down, went off of his head, and then he'll send it with a little right foot kick into the middle of the O'Fallon defense, and O'Fallon maybe got a little sloppy there for a moment. I thought for a minute Collinsville would come away with a steal. Here is Chrisman. Gets the ball up to the foot of Crowder. Crowder will send it all the way over to the far side. And look at that. Peterson go. Peterson knows how to go. There is a little pop shot into the box off of Adam Reiniger's head, and it rolls right to Jacob Rohan.
That was a great service into Adam Reiniger.
Or Rohan Jacob.
If Adam could have got a little bit more on that and redirected it into that corner, Collins will be up 1-0.
Rohan, by the way, 600 minutes. He's 4-4 on the year. Got a couple of shutouts. He's allowed 15 goals for a goals against average of 2.31. 27 saves for a save percentage right around 64%. This one comes all the way down in front of Rohan once again. Rohan Jacob. Jacob is the last name. It's a little confusing.
Carter Brouchard, pretty quick.
Yeah, and he trips up Collinsville's player right at the end of that play, too.
Clearly a trip.
And Collinsville will have what it basically amounts to a goal kick restart.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Couldn't get much deeper in the,
no, you
in
can't.
the box.
Nope. Well, I have a minute. Let's go ahead and give you Horace's numbers. Nick, 1,252 minutes coming into this game. 13-2-1. 6 solo shutouts. 1 shared with Robbie Freeman. 17 goals given up by Nick Horace with a goals against average of 1.09. 45 saves. That's good for 73% in the save category. Here's a ball that finds its way to Borm. Borm gets it up to Brody. Brody at midfield will send the ball down into the offensive zone. And Collinsville has a player over there. I believe that's Doria. And he couldn't quite get there as Fallon defense snuck in there and stole that ball right away. And quickly they transition that to offense. And a shot on goal that goes just wide. Well, I tell you what, that was close.
Sure was.
I believe that might have been Koenig. Yep, that was Koenig who almost put that one in the right spot, because if it wasn't going to go that wide, I think it probably would have beat Horace.
Mm-hmm.
Back out to midfield. Poked up by the Kahawks and then sent out of bounds by Justin Hammond.
Looks like Coach Loogie has made an adjustment. I don't know if he's dropped Trey Peterson back to that left wing back spot and pushed Hammond up, but Trey is now on that left side.
Crowder trying to wrestle the ball away from Treadway, and he's successful. Kahawks move it up into the middle for Hammond. Hammond splits a couple of defenders. Nice move. Gets the ball over to Mahat, who will then get it over here to Borm. Borm has Munoz up the line, but he sends it out to the middle, and O'Fallon will take care of it from there. Now back over for Peterson. Peterson moves the ball up, sends it over for Mahat. Mahat with a no-look pass, trying to find Reiniger. Reiniger sends it right back to him, and then pop back in, and then O'Fallon will send it back up. 17 and a half minutes and some change to go here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Borm will send one into the front of the box. Kick back out high into the sky, and back out to midfield we go. Over for Munoz. Munoz had that ball leave his chest, and I tell you what, there's a little, yeah. Did you see that?
I saw that. Carter Bouchard is a fiery personality. I've been watching him for a couple of years. I don't really like that.
Well, you know what? Munoz wasn't backing down.
No, Chris won't. Chris won't back down. He's a sophomore, but
he wasn't backing down, and Bouchard popped back up, and Munoz stood right there.
Mm-hmm. It's like what you got.
Yeah. Free kick coming up here for Radcliffe from about 65 yards away. And Radcliffe sends it up into the front of the box, and Horace comes out right before your buddy could get there.
Mm-hmm. Nicky does a good job of coming out off his line like I've been
hoping
that he would do. Now we just need to get it at the highest point.
You got your wish there on that one. It's a good thing you did. Out to midfield we go once again to the big yellow O for O'Fallon. Out at midfield here at this football/soccer and track stadium. That one comes in front. And I think that was a partial shot that actually went off of Borm, so that's going to be a corner kick for O'Fallon. This time they will be over here on this near side corner. O'Fallon's second corner kick. And it's on the way. High, going out the other side, and it's in.
Okay, so
it might have been Carson Howe. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. But again, these balls are coming right across the 6-yard box. I mean, somebody's either got to get up and get ahead on it, or Nick's got to come out and field that ball up high.
Yep, they gave it to Carson Howe. And what is that for Howe? That is his fifth. So 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. 15 and a half minutes to go. Collinsville looking to get that back. Here's a shot by Munoz, and it goes off an O'Fallon player. So, or did it not go off an O'Fallon player? I thought it did.
I'm not sure. I could not tell.
I thought it changed a little direction there, but I guess not. So it's a goal kick restart coming up here for O'Fallon. These two teams, by the way, coming into tonight's contest, all even. 17-7-1 versus one another since 1999. There's Collinsville trying to work it back upfield to get the tying tally. Bodie in a wrestling match there at midfield. That's off of an O'Fallon player, and it'll go out of bounds, or no, it did not go out of bounds. Up the line, and that one is out of bounds, and it's going to belong to O'Fallon. I think it went off the bottom of Peterson's shoe as he was running. Looks like they brought Peterson back to play some defense.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Trey has now replaced Hammond at the left back spot, and Hammond is pushed up, I think, towards that left wing spot.
Another throw-in coming up here for Evan Weber, right toward the end of the Kahawk bench. He throws it. That's a deep throw, and Horace is up there to catch it before anyone can get there. So Nice job again by Nikki Horace. Coming up on 14 minutes to play here in half number 1. 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. O'Fallon sends it back down once again. Borm trying to get there, but instead it is Koenig who does, and Koenig will send one back out to the left side of the box, but Collinsville was there to intercept it. Here is Crowder. Crowder moves it up over onto the far side to Hammond. Hammond cuts across the middle. He's got Reiniger there waiting, and now a triple team over against Hammond, and 9 times out of 10, when you're triple team, you're going to lose that battle. Up to Munoz it goes. Munoz in the middle of the field. Sends it back over to Crowder. Crowder with his head up, trying to look for a little help there. He'll send it over to the far side for Peterson. Peterson sends it over to Hammond and then back over to Crowder. Back to the middle of the field we go for Chrisman. Chrisman sends the ball up to Peterson. Peterson to Mahat. Mahat to Reiniger. Reiniger trying to send it over here to Munoz. Munoz does finally get the ball back, and he'll send it over to try to find the foot there of Landon Mahat, but he didn't, and that ball will go upfield, and it'll end up going out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville on a throw-in here from just beyond midfield.
Collinsville showing a little bit of nice possession there in that last sequence. Unable to generate a shot.
Had some good ball movement, just couldn't get anything at the end. Over here to Munoz it goes, right below our location. Now Reiniger. Reiniger tried to thread the needle there between the legs of Evan Weber, but he only got partially through those long legs. Now back into the middle we go. Here is Crowder. Crowder to Chrisman. Chrisman directing traffic. Sends Bodie on a little bit of a run over on that left wing, and he'll try to send it up to that far side left wing to Peterson, but never made it that far. Back out to midfield.
Oh, boy.
Here's O'Fallon with an opportunity, but Borma's going to get there first, and that's off of the O'Fallon player, so Collinsville will get a throw in here as we approach 12 minutes to go here in this first half.
Now we go, Bodie. Come on.
Bodie sends it up. Hammond gets around one. Trying to get around another. Couldn't do it. Sends it over there to Peterson. Peterson from the left wing. Comes into the middle of the box, but O'Fallon sends it back out, but there is Bodie there to take care of it, and Bodie will send it over here with a little drop step kick, and they'll send it back out to the middle once again for Hammond. Back over to Bodie. Over to Peterson. Peterson back to Hammond, but he didn't get enough on it to get it to him. They're moving Trey all around here, aren't they?
He's all over the place right now.
Mm-hmm. Defense takes over once again. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo sends that ball up, trying to find Munoz. And Reiniger comes away with it. Adam sends it over to the far side, trying to find Hammond off of his head. Down it goes. Hammond trying to get his body positioning there, and he's still staying with it. Back over here to this near side sideline. Yeah, a nice job there by Hammond. Got it to Reiniger. Reiniger makes a move just at the last second. That avenue was closed off by Radcliffe. Radcliffe got in the way. Collinsville will have their first corner kick of the night.
Adam Reiniger sitting at the right corner of that 6-yard box. Great opportunity.
Corner kick flies out the other side off of the head of Chrisman, and down. And Hammond almost got there to get another shot on it, but he couldn't. Comes out to Borm, stepped into. Bodie gets tripped up from behind, and then Reiniger taken down in front of the box. Collinsville is going to get a free kick from just in front of the box. There is Mahat, who stands right by the ball along with Munoz. We'll see which one wants to take it. Referee's going to mark off his distance to set up the wall. And with just a little under 10 minutes to go, Collinsville has a great opportunity here. Jacob trying to figure out where he wants to go. Near side post, far side post. Mahat and Munoz. Munoz takes the shot and got too much underneath it.
These are opportunities we can't squander, Todd.
Yeah, I was just going to say, golden opportunity there for Collinsville, but they couldn't connect. 9.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Jacob ready for a goal kick restart here. Out to midfield. And then over to the far sideline. Ball in front of the Kahok bench. Another throw-in coming up here for the Panthers. Comes all the way through a bunch of people and ends up finding the foot of Chrisman. Chrisman sends it back up to midfield. There's another nice pass by Reiniger.
Good.
Reiniger gets it all over there to Hamann. Hamann trying to return the favor, but Radcliffe steps in front of Reiniger once again, and the one who ends up with the ball is the coach, Robert Loogie, and he doesn't count. Back out to the defense it goes. Garofalo, head up, sends it up to Mahat. Mahat over to the far side, trying to find Peterson. He will. Peterson right at midfield. Cuts across, and then back over to the defense. Garofalo, he'll poke it right up into the logo for Bodie. Bodie sends the ball up to Crowder, and Crowder trying to work it up, but he's disrupted in that effort, and then Collinsville will poke the ball down. Comes down to the ground. Here is Bodie. Bodie cutting through the middle, and we'll send it over there for Peterson. Peterson had that ball poked right off of his foot. Crowder sends it back up. Once again, Bodie over there on that far sideline. Tries to circle into the box and take a shot, and I don't think anything ever developed on that except for another corner kick for Collinsville. So each team has had 2 corner kicks now.
I want to see Collinsville attack this ball, get ahead on it, right?
Oh.
Not there.
Nope, not there. Comes out front. Borm was playing his man and almost got a defender behind him in the process. Now he does, or a forward behind him in the process. There is a nice move by O'Fallon. They'll put it right in front of the box and a push down right in front of the box. And no call on the play, but that ball ends up going across the inline, and Collinsville is going to have a throw-in.
Wow. Wow.
That could have gone either way.
I totally agree with you.
Collinsville got lucky. They dodged a bullet there. His bodies went flying.
Fallon fans not liking the non-call.
Yeah, they're right down below us, so they get to listen to us and then the holler. Here's Borm off the head, off of an O'Fallon head as well. And then back out to the midfielders it goes, and this time it comes over here for Favor. Back over to the far side. Ooh, that was a nice little pick up there by Drew Ferguson. And outside the right wing, a shot, and that one is in the back.
Hit the back of those.
Hit the back of those
fencing.
Bleachers, yeah.
Yeah, there's that security fencing.
That was
there.
almost an optical illusion there.
Yep.
6 minutes to go here in this first half. O'Fallon leading 1-0. And Garofalo will send us back to action here with a kick to midfield. Stays at midfield. Reiniger. Far sideline. Trying to get out of it. He does so. Pass over to Borm. Borm sends it up here to Munoz. He gets shoved from behind, and that's going to be a call. That, I mean, you can't complain about that. That was as plain as day.
Right.
I mean, Munoz was kind of up into the air, and he got shoved from behind while he was, and that took him straight down. And I agree with the fan. They got to call all of them.
Both ways, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Collinsville will get another free kick, this one from about 40 yards away. And it'll be taken by Mahat.
O'Fallon pushing their line up a little bit, getting it off the goalie.
Good shot toward the goal, off of the goal. Kinder. Yeah! There we go. Jimmy Crowder ties this game up 1-1.
Jimmy Crowder waiting at the top of the box, or midway through that 18-yard box, getting his first goal of the season. That's a kid I've said all along. As soon as we get Jimmy Crowder going, we might be on our way. So, great strike, great finish. Jimmy Crowder sitting there totally unmarked for that rebound.
That was nice. That's exactly the way you want to see rebounds taken care of like that, you know? He was in the right spot at the right time, to tell you the truth. You know, sometimes you get lucky.
Adams looking for a runner, but all he can do is bank it off that O'Fallon defender.
Not saying that the goal scoring was lucky. He just happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
Totally.
That part's lucky.
Sitting there waiting.
Throw in here by Chrisman. As Collinsville has tied this 1-1 and looking for more. Nice throw by Chrisman into the same spot. Comes back down, popped up into the air. Bodie uses his head to get it back going the opposite direction. And then that ball will bounce right to Jacob. And Jacob ready to send us back to work here. 4:10 left to play in this first half, where we are tied at 1 now. That one's all the way back. That was a big kick there. Garofalo pops it straight up into the air. Chrisman going up for it at the same time as Brouchard was. Comes down. O'Fallon takes over. They'll poke it up over here, and a shot that's going to go through the uprights of the football goal post.
Borm's struggling with something. I don't know what he's got going on down there. I don't know if he's holding his hand.
Can be flexing it.
I can't tell.
Goal kick restart coming up here for Garofalo. He'll send it back out to midfield. Off of the head of Treadway. Fallon gets it down. Treadway moves it up over here again onto the foot of Tyler Howe. Howe with a shot. That one's going to go wide, and no one there at first. Then the rebound is pushed out of bounds. Well, I tell you what, Fallon had like 3 chances to score a goal on that one move.
Mm-hmm. And Borm's stretching something. I don't know what he's got. Groin. Something's
looks like
bothering him.
you are right. Something's bothering him.
That tells me groin, the way he was stretching.
Yep. And the way his hand's placed down there on that, where the thigh bone meets the hip area, something like that. I forgot my rhyme.
He's looking slow. Not gonna lie.
And then that one's a little bit of a miss hit and a shot, and that one comes out front, and Collinsville gets it out of there. Nice play by Chrisman. All the way back out here to Reiniger. Reiniger pops the ball up, trying to go back and retrieve it, but he was out of bounds when that ball hit him in the head, so that's the right call. Throw in by Evan Weber all the way up and then headed back out. And then Bodie will send it back out to midfield. Kahawks trying to work some magic, trying to get Doria up there. It'll belong to Collinsville. Just a little over 2 minutes to go here in this first half. We'll have the Woods Basement System halftime show coming up for you. We'll pass along some scores that we can find at halftime. And we'll have our interview with one of our Kahok Broadcasting Club students, Layla Hutchinson, who's operating the camera here for us tonight. Doing a fine job thus far there, Layla. Out in front, and Collinsville trying to keep it that way, but the defense uses their head to get it back out. Weber, with the bottom of his shoe, moves it up to Treadway. Treadway sends it over to the far side. Nice sliding stop there by Collinsville, and they'll send it back to Bodie. Bodie at the top of the logo sends it over to Mahat. Mahat sends it into the box off of a head, and then it comes down for Crowder. Here is Bodie trying to track it down again, but he couldn't beat Brouchard there.
Great tackle.
And then over onto the far side, Collinsville player taken down, and another whistle against the O'Fallon Panthers. Free kick coming up again from about 40 yards away. This one's going to be all the way over onto the far side of the field. And it's going to come with about a minute to go here in this first half. Everybody crowds the box. Ball is on the way. It's going to come down front. Crowder is the first one to get a foot on it. He'll try to chase it down, but he can't get there first. And then it comes all the way back out to midfield where Garofalo settles it down. Gets it up to Mahat. Mahat to Bodie. Bodie back over to Garofalo. Garofalo right at midfield. Back to Mahat. And then a nice little give and go there. And they finally give it to go to Doria. Doria back out front now for Peterson. Peterson, trying to send it over here where he had Chrisman coming up. But O'Fallon intercepts that one, and then that one is going to roll all the way down and out of bounds. And it will belong to O'Fallon. They're going to call a foul here at midfield.
I think they're going to call a handball. I thought it hit his shoulder and went out of bounds. I'm wondering if the referee thinks he extended that arm.
Well, everybody tried to touch that ball on the way in. That took a lot of seconds off. So here is a little shot that goes to the front of the box, but O'Fallon's not going to have enough time to do anything with it. And after 1 half of play, we are tied 1-1. Mr. Howe scoring a goal for O'Fallon. That would be Carson Howe. And then the equalizer comes from Jimmy Crowder, and we are tied 1-1. And we welcome you into the halftime show brought to you by Woods Basement Systems, all things basementy. Woods Basement Systems since 1986. Woods Basement Systems, you can give their Collinsville location a call at 618-708-4055. We'll take a break. We'll round up some scores. We'll get our halftime guest all prepped up for you and ready to go, and we'll be back with the Woods Basement Systems halftime show in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. And once again, we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here at O'Fallon, where we have a 1-1 score after one half of play. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of our students who is participating in the Kahok Broadcasting Club, and that is freshman Layla Hutchinson. How you doing, dear?
Good.
So let's tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your family and your mom and your dad and your sister and any pets.
Well, I have no pets,
Okay.
unfortunately, but I do have a sister, and she also is into soccer, and she is hoping one day to be able to play soccer. And then, yeah, that's
Mom and Dad?
My mom is named Allie, and my dad's named Brent, and we've lived in Collinsville for a while now.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't say, unfortunately, about the sister part.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so tell everybody why you decided to join the Kahok Broadcasting Club.
Well, during COVID, it was a very negative time, and I was searching for positivity to bring into such a dark time. And so me and my dad actually started a show on YouTube called The Kindness Cup, where we focused on highlighting positive positivity in our community, and it was a really cool experience. I got to write the scripts and then perform them, and I really kind of missed doing that since school kind of started back up, and I kind of ran out of time to focus on writing and performing, essentially. So I'm really excited to be able to do this and working on expanding my skills in this area, and it's also just super fun.
Yeah. All right. And you also have written a play, and you're directing a play. Tell everybody about that.
So I've always done theater for numerous years now. I think I started doing theater whenever I was 10 years old, and I've always loved writing. So I did theater and did writing. And this is a really cool experience because I get to combine my theater and my love for theater with my writing and my love for writing and get to direct a play that I wrote myself. And the even cooler part about this is all proceeds go to an organization that supports the community called Doorways. And if you want to come see the play, it's November 4th and 5th. It's $10 at the door, and those proceeds go to that organization, and it's from 7 to 10. And it's a really cool organization and a really cool show.
Where is the play?
It's in St. Louis.
Okay. Got you. You have to look all that stuff up online.
Yes.
All right. And you also play on the JV tennis team.
I do, yes. We recently went to our tournament in Alton, and it was the Southwestern Conference. And it was a really cool experience. I love getting to be a part of a team and cheering them on and seeing them, the varsity team, get to go and progress in the tournaments, and hopefully they do well. And yeah.
And you had a victory in doubles, did you?
I did, yes.
Yes.
It was exciting.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, we are glad to have you aboard, and I look forward to working with you for the rest of the year and in the 3 more years after that while you're at Collinsville.
Yes.
Thank you for being on board.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is Layla Hutchinson. She's operating the camera here for us tonight. That's our first opportunity to work with us here at the Kahok Sports Network. So we love that we're giving these kids the opportunity to try something different. All right, the scoreboard at halftime. Soccer scores we have for you. Granite City over Alton 1-0 at halftime. Muscuda with the same score over Waterloo at halftime. And Marion downing Mount Vernon right now. Well, that game is over with. 8-2 was the final in that game. Major League Baseball, Phillies down the Braves, those darn Phillies. 7-6 was the final in the first game of the NLDS. Astros over the Mariners 8-7. That is a final. And in the top of the 5th, it is the Cleveland Guardians over the New York Yankees by a score of 1-0. And in volleyball, Collinsville went 0-6 at home tonight against Belleville West on all levels. Freshmen, JV, and varsity all lost 2-1. That's going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Remember, all things basement-y. Give them a call, 618-708-4055. We're back with the second half in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Todd Duke, Brett Bourne, Layla Hutchinson back with you from O'Fallon. They pulled a fast one on us. There was still like 90 seconds left on the clock. And they decided to wipe off that 90 seconds off the clock and to go ahead and start this second half a little bit early. So we are underway just a little bit early. And Mr. Bourne, before we get really going here, your thoughts on the first half?
You know what? First half, like I said, Collinsville was a little out of sorts with players playing different positions. Dane Compton's entered the match here for the second half. Hopefully that will settle things down and put guys back in their comfortable spots. So, all in all, 1-1 draw at this point. Now let's get that second goal.
Doesn't appear like my clock is actually moving here. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, there we go. Now it's moving. And Collinsville back playing some more defense. And now that I got my clock working, I can pay attention to the game. I think somebody's a little partial.
No.
That would be the parents chiming in on the old chat line saying, best halftime show ever. Yeah, I put it up there in the top 10, that's for sure. All right. We are back to action here. 1-1 contest. We've switched in, so Nick Horace occupies the goal to your right, while Rohan Jacob occupies the goal to your left. And first half goals belong to Carson Howe and Jimmy Crowder, and that is why we are tied 1-1. Throw in from Weber all the way from way downtown in front of the Collinsville bench, and then it'll come back out toward the midfielders. That was a little bit of a whiff there by the O'Fallon defender, and he'll send it over here to the sideline, but a little bit too far as he tried to find the foot of Tyler Howe. So a throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, and it'll be taken by Gavin Chrisman. Chrisman throws the ball up the line, trying to spring Peterson free. And Peterson, a little too much body contact there, especially with the arms.
Yep, a little bit of the arms stretched out. Yep, got to hide that a little better.
Thanks, by the way, to Chris Kettler for getting us all those halftime scores. Knew I'd put him to work. He was not going to be a spectator the whole time.
Yeah, he's pretty quick with that phone. He can get those scores fast.
Yeah, not bad for an older guy. I'm not tech savvy. It'd take me about a half hour just to find 2 scores.
Oh, that didn't help Borm's groin right there.
I bet not. Throw in coming up here for Evan Weber. This one in front of the Kahok bench. And all the way up that far sideline it goes. Collinsville's Bodie steps in front of it, sends it back out, and to midfield we go. O'Fallon. They try to work it back in the other direction, but there is Trey Peterson. He'll disrupt things if he can, and Peterson got it disrupted himself by Weber. And now back over here to this side for Howe. Howe. Woo! Ooh. And Mahat. One number 6 against the other number 6. Clock stop. I'm guessing that
I did not see what happened, but that's not Landon Mahat's character to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
I didn't see exactly what triggered that, quite honestly.
So Mahat gets a yellow card, and it's going to be a free kick for O'Fallon here from about 40 yards away, right here on this near side sideline. One-man wall, Reiniger.
Look for Nicky Horace to come out off this line, hopefully, if there's a floater. Go get it.
Taking this shot is Radcliffe. And Radcliffe will send one high, and that's out the other side of the box, but it's popped up and then wide off of the head of, I believe, Brouchard.
Not sure, but
no, that was off of Howe.
Radcliffe sending in a nice lob wedge into that 18-yard box.
Got some raindrops falling now as the umbrellas start to pop open. I knew that there was a chance, but I thought most of it was going to stay north of us.
And I thought
especially here in O'Fallon.
Yeah, is it coming down? Yeah, it's coming down.
Looked like it was going to skirt by Collinsville, and I thought O'Fallon would be in the free and the clear, but I guess not. So,
Chris, you should have let that go, buddy.
A little bit of rain, as long as it doesn't blow in the booth, we're good. Don't need wet equipment.
Chris Munoz trying to keep that ball in bounds for no reason. Ball goes off his head and becomes an O'Fallon throw-in.
So now look for maybe some wet turf problems out there as this game goes along if this rain continues. And into the midfield area it goes. Stop there. Crowder tried to stop it. He couldn't. Sent up. And then on this near side sideline, Collinsville gets bowled over. Munoz gets bulldozed. And Collinsville will have a free kick, but it'll be from about 90 yards away. I wouldn't expect whatever rain it is going to last long.
One parent at halftime made it sound like it's a blip, if anything.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be much. It's already looking like it's starting to lighten up. Got more rain on the way tomorrow, boy. I mean, we really need rain in this area.
For sure.
Yeah, it rained today for the first time since September 23rd.
My grass needs it, Todd.
Yep, mine does too. As much as I hate to cut it, it does need it.
I put some seed down 2 weeks ago thinking I'd be good, and it's like been a drought since.
Yeah. Oh, so it's your fault.
Yeah, probably.
I have reached the point where I'm just sick of cutting grass, so I was glad not to have to do it for 2 weeks. No rain in that cold snap, man. The grass just stopped growing. Free kick from midfield here for Collinsville, and it's on the way. It's high. It's into the front of the box, and it's popped back out by the head of Weber. And then Bodie uses his head to keep the ball alive. Collinsville trying to keep it around. Nice job by Munoz. He'll cross one, and it's in front of the box. And Reiniger tried to get a foot on it just to get it back out to a teammate, but he couldn't quite reach it. Weber, he's already tall, and the kid jumps up probably about 10 feet in the air. Takes that ball away from just about everybody who's trying to go for it. Here is Bodie at midfield. Bodie turns the corner. Sends it up through a couple of defenders.
Run.
Yeah, but no one was back there as Munoz was just kind of over here on the sideline. And we've played 7 minutes of the second half, 1-1. After 2 first-half goals, nothing so far here in the early goings of the second half.
Bodie not happy with Juan Carlos on that one. He wanted him to be making that run down that line.
Throw in comes from Weber. Off of the head of Munoz. Nice job. Reiniger tried to do a spin move as that ball rolled off of his head, but it didn't work out. And back out here we go to Hammond, to Bodie. Bodie sends it up, but missed the mark, and that was Munoz. He had Doria coming in one way, Munoz going the other way, and he split him.
Split him, right. I know. Chris was standing still, wanting the ball played to his feet. Bodie probably could have done so. Just couldn't make the mark.
Ball comes over here onto this near sideline. Doria, he gets double teamed and gets taken off the ball. Out to Bodie. Up to Reiniger. He gets the ball onto the foot of Garofalo, or excuse me, that's Peterson. And O'Fallon comes away with it out to midfield. Stopped over there by Borm. Back out to the middle it goes. That's Crowder. Crowder, he'll send the ball over to Bodie. Bodie will make his way toward the midfield logo and then send it back over here for Hammond. Hey, there's Compton.
Yeah, he came in at halftime, Todd.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was busy at halftime.
That's all right. I reported it. Our viewers know.
Okay. Back over here to midfield. And O'Fallon trying to take it over. Work the ball up to Brochard. Over onto the far side now. The Panthers run up. And a nice pickup move there by Compton. He'll send that ball back all the way to midfield. And then it'll be sent out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in. 31 minutes to go here in half number 2.
Back in for the Chaos, number 6, Landon Mahat.
Mahat checks back into the game after his yellow card.
And Collinsville back to work. Compton will send it all the way downfield. Now back over here to the side. Munoz with a little put my foot down, let the ball hit it, and go the way I need it to go, and it almost found Mahat.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
Mahat trying to...
He was trying to coax him.
Use a little trickery there, but it was clearly off of Mahat's foot.
Yeah. So a throw-in coming up here for O'Fallon, but not before they make a 2-player exchange.
Garofalo's not checked back in since halftime. I do know Sam is also nursing a little bit of a groin issue coming into the match. Hopefully nothing serious has happened to him, and maybe they're trying to keep him healthy.
That ball is off the foot of Koenig. Oh, guess it's not off the foot of Koenig. Thought it was going to be our ball. Even the O'Fallon players said the same thing. Out to midfield. Settle down. And then picked back up, and Chrisman trying to get there. But O'Fallon pokes it past once again. Coming over here on this left wing, and a nice job on the defensive side, holding off The would-be attacker was Justin Hammond, and then it's sent over here to the sideline, and it's going to be a throw-in coming up here for Weber, but he has to come all the way back down from his defensive side to take care of this. Getting some steps in over there, are you, sir?
I'm trying to just, get a view of this other end of the field here.
I know.
Plus, I get a heart attack every time Evan Weber takes a throw in.
I know. Weber from the near side corner throws it up into the middle of the box. Collinsville uses a head to get it out of the box. It's poked right back in, and here is Weber with a shot. Nope, he's going to cross it instead. Comes in front, and a save by Nick Horace right on the goal line of the football end zone. And Horace never did lose his ground, had to jump up into the air, and he snagged that ball right away from the would-be attacker. I believe that was Sanchez, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the Collinsville defenders were lobbying for some offsides on that, and it looked like there was a player or two behind our last defender.
Now another pass that would almost found the foot of Koenig. Koenig gets the ball back, and he'll put a shot toward the goal, but that's going to go well wide and out of bounds. I have a hard time seeing some of these O'Fallon numbers sometimes.
You know what that means?
That means they need white numbers on their dark jerseys. That's what that means.
Okay.
I have glasses, man. What do you mean? I know I'm old and my glasses work just fine. It's the jerseys that aren't working.
Right.
We'll stick with that story.
Take your beef up with the O'Fallon Athletic Department.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. We have to have this meeting because Todd Duke can't see our numbers. Another free kick coming up here for O'Fallon. This one from about 65 yards out. And it'll be handled by Weber. Weber sends one very deep into the front of the box, and that is off of the head of one of the Kahok players, and that would be Justin Hammond. And it goes across the sideline for another throw-in, and here trots Evan Weber once again. We talked about this before, man. You give him enough of these, eventually one of them's going to go in.
I know.
Weber.
What's O'Fallon going to do when he graduates?
I don't know. Weber throws it high, throws it deep in front, and a bounce off of a head, and it bounces right to Nicky Horace. So another good job by Nick being in the right place at the right time. That shot was taken by Koenig. Comes over here to this near side. And a little bit of a miss hit there, but it still finds the foot of its intended target. And now Collinsville trying to send it back down for an offensive push, but Compton will do a nice job just sending it back to Horace. Horace will send it back out off of Crowder's head and to midfield. Nice job by Mahat off of his head, trying to spring Adam Reiniger. And now Reiniger in a foot race there, trying to handle Radcliffe. Radcliffe gets there, and it's sent back out, and they're going to call Reiniger on a foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I would agree with some of the O'Fallon fans on some other missed calls. That one,
The rain didn't last long. It's over with. All the umbrellas have been put away.
That's good.
Yeah. Free kick coming up here inside the box for O'Fallon. It'll be taken by Jacob, the goalkeeper. And Jacob sends it back out to midfield. Bodie was there. Not sure if it was off of him or off the guy defending him, but Bodie comes away with it. Gets it up to Mahat. Mahat, nice spin move right between two defenders. Chrisman mishit it, though, trying to send it over to Borm, and that ends up being a turnover. And then O'Fallon will send it all the way back to their defense, and Radcliffe once again with it. He'll send it back out to midfield. That's off of a chest of one of the O'Fallon players. Crowder trying to track it down off the foot of Treadway now. And then it comes to Reiniger. Reiniger with his head up, pops it up right into the front of the box, out here over on the corner, trying to find Doria. Doria comes up with it first, tries to turn around and send it to Mahat, but it never made it that far. And then Bodie will find a loose ball. Thank you very much, he says. And he'll send it over to Garofalo. Garofalo looks up, trying to see who he can pass it to. He passes it to Reiniger. Reiniger with a bottom of the foot pass, and Trey Peterson with a shot that just goes wide near post.
Good little ball movement there between Borm, Reiniger, Peterson, setting up that shot. Quality opportunity. Trey just couldn't get one on frame.
A little over 24 minutes left to go here in this second half. 1-1 between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Both gets over Bodie's head, but it comes down for Borm. He'll pop it up in the air. Crispin off of him. Rolls over to Crowder. Crowder kicks it back to himself. That was a nice self-pass, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There is O'Fallon coming up with it, but Crowder gets in the way once again. And then Crowder trying to chase it down again. But instead, it's Treadway.
Well,
Treadway gets bothered by Bodie, and then Treadway moves it up to the offense, but that's blocked out. O'Fallon, they stay with it, and it rolls all the way into the box, and Horace will send it back out. Didn't get very far, though. Bodie pops it up into the air, and then it comes into the front of the box. There's a shot, and off the crossbar, comes back down. Crispin will send it out of harm's way. Horace got lucky there.
Yes, he did. We got to have better clearances from our goalkeeper on those type of balls. We cannot have him come right back down our
Ray
throat.
Peterson with a head of steam. Gets it into the middle to Mahat. Mahat has Doria over here on the left wing. He doesn't see him, though. And then Mahat runs out of real estate and runs right into the foot of Carson Howe. Howe scored the first half goal. They get the ball up here now to, well, that one's going to go right to the Kahok Crazies. How about that? Get it up here to Justin Howman. Howman didn't have a proper angle to get that ball out of the way.
Landon Mahat had Juan Carlos Doria out here on the left flank just begging for the ball.
Didn't see him.
Didn't see him.
Ball comes up the line, and then it's heading toward the end line where Doria saves it from going out of bounds over the end line, then gets it back on a nice play there by Hammond. But then O'Fallon gets the ball back. They'll send it in a crossing, but there was Compton there to intercept it. Now that ball over the end line, and it's going to belong to Collinsville. Good play there by Compton.
Very good, and he saved Juan Carlos there on that play. Juan Carlos struggling a little bit in that backside.
Coming up on 22 minutes to play here in the second half. 1-1 contest between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Final Southwestern Conference game of the year for Collinsville. Final game of the regular season for O'Fallon. Collinsville has a game left. They'll be at home to close things out on Thursday against Granite City. This ball's popped up, and Bodie will send it back into the offensive zone, but Radcliffe is there to take it and send it right back to where it came from. All the way down, off of a head to midfield. Crispin, he'll send the ball up. I think he was trying to find Peterson over there on that far sideline, but didn't get anywhere near him.
Oh.
There's
Just
another
got beat.
chance for O'Fallon, and in the left wing of the box over there, and a push down from behind. They're going to let him play. Ball rolls out, and Horace takes care of it.
No call there on the Bryson Bodie foul.
This has been a very physical match.
Yeah. Anytime you get Southwestern Conference foes like this, it's going to be a slugfest.
Fallon trying to make sure the ball doesn't get any farther downrange than it already did. And there is Weber.
Oh, Weber making a stick. Born with a stick back.
A stick versus a stick.
Yep.
Collinsville has a player down, and that is Bodie who gets up. A little slowly, but nevertheless, he doesn't appear to be hampered when he walks, so he should be good to go as Collinsville has a free kick here from about 55 yards away. It'll be taken by Compton. It is on the way. It's nice and deep. Right into the breadbasket of Jacob.
How do we not get somebody in there? In a head, a chest, something.
Halfway through the second half of this game. 1-1 is our score. Jacob sends the ball back out. He's got a strong leg for a small
cow,
dude.
he sure does.
I've seen him kick that ball about 70 yards on a couple of occasions here tonight. Here is Horace. He'll come out before any pressure could be put on, and he will send us back to action here with a kick of his own. To the nighttime sky and out to midfield. Comes down for Tyler Howe. Stepping on my own cord here. Popped up right in front of the box. Collinsville trying to play a little defense, and that ball goes wide, and That'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Horace.
For the last few minutes, I feel like Collins will struggle to get the ball out of their own end.
I would agree.
Got to do a better job of connecting their passes, moving this ball up the field.
Bouchard and Koenig check back into the game here for O'Fallon. Speaking of Koenig, Jake Koenig, the one of the assistant coaches here for Coach Loogie, will join us in the post-game show. We'll talk a little bit of playoff soccer coming up, as this is our last soccer coverage of the year for the regular season. The next time we see you in some soccer, it'll be a week from tomorrow at home against either Quincy or Granite City.
So we're not doing the Granite game.
I am not. Nope, I'm going to be in Alton doing the volleyball game. I try to do one of each every week. Volleyball, soccer, and football.
Got it.
I try to stick with the conference game, so I figure it'd be better if we do a conference game, and Collinsville's at Alton for a conference game, so that's my thought process anyway.
And it is hot in this press box.
I don't think so. I think it's very comfortable. I think you're just working yourself up. That little three-step walk back and forth from one side of the door to the other side of the door.
Yeah, plus the nerves of having a kid out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the press box here is a little small in O'Fallon, so 3 of us in here, it's kind of tight.
It is tight. We need to lobby O'Fallon to expand the visitor side press box.
Look, man, you either get new uniforms or a press box. What do you want? Ball down, in front. You want a new press box, don't you?
I want this ball out of our box.
I know. Me too. There it finally does get out. Chrisman trying to track it down, trying to get there before the defender does. Chrisman does get there, but the ball had a little bit too much juice on it, so they get it back over to Treadway. And Treadway will move the ball up here to Howe. Howe will try to center one, but that is off of Hammond, and out of bounds, and I guess it wasn't off of him.
No, it wasn't. It was a clear.
Am I seeing things? That's like the second time I thought somebody hit a ball off
that was a clear
somebody.
shot wide.
"17 minutes to go here in the second half. We are tied at 1. Compton will send us back to action.
Nobody there. Nobody is going to that ball or trying to win that second ball. That's our midfield's fault.
Compton steps up off of Reiniger and to Chrisman. And right between his legs, there's a break for Trey Peterson. Peterson comes in, right wing, and he is going to not going to be able to get the shot off. I thought for sure he was going to shoot that ball.
I love me some Trey Peterson, but that's one touch too many. That ball's got to be shot.
You are not kidding there. Take your chance and hope for a rebound because Reiniger was coming right up the middle.
Yep. That's a missed opportunity right there. And I know if Trey could do it again, he would.
Jacob, the keeper for O'Fallon, will send the ball back out to midfield. Collinsville gets the head on it first, and they'll send it down into the midfield logo. And they'll send it over onto the far side for Treadway. And they'll move it over to this side now for Howe. Howe coming in on the right wing. Gets the ball right in between the legs of Hammond. And they'll send the ball up, trying to set it up. Collinsville disrupts that play, but O'Fallon stays with it. And here is Treadway once again. Treadway cuts across the middle. We'll send it over to the far side. Sent up that sideline. O'Fallon back to work on the offense once again. Shot. And that one goes wide and diving through midair, trying to get his head on that ball. Did not work out. For Drew Ferguson. Took that long for him to turn around so I could see his number. The numbers on the front are so tiny, there is no chance I'd be able to see those. Yeah. The ones on the back are big enough, but it seems like these guys never turn around. Side to side running. Here is Chrisman trying to take that ball away. He can't. Whew, man, that was a nice little move there by the O'Fallon defender. Here is Weber. Gets it all the way back out to midfield. And that is Koenig. Koenig over here to this side. Little no-look step pass by Bouchard. And then up to the box for Koenig. Koenig trying to skip himself around a couple of defenders. He does.
Gonna shoot.
Look for an opening. That is blocked out by Crowder. And it comes all the way over here for Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up for Reiniger. Reiniger trying to shield his player away. He did so for just a split second, but it wasn't long enough. That ball gets down, and a
Look
nice
at that.
tackle there by Compton. Oh! Compton did a nice job.
That was a great tackle. Carter Bouchard showing a little fire.
There's another Evan Weber throw-in from Brett Borm Heart Attack Land.
Bodie came out of that sequence limping a little too. That's not something we need.
No, he's been banged up a lot this year. Here's the throw-in by Weber. Comes out in front, has a little spin on it, and that ball is going to spin right out of bounds.
Boy, Jimmy Crowder was awful sure that there was nobody on that backside.
That ball took a spin off of the head of Bouchard and then went straight out of bounds. And then Bouchard and Bodie do a little high five as they show some sportsmanship out there.
Bodie coming out. Bodie's coming out. That's not good.
If I was coach, I'd keep him out the rest of the game probably. He's awfully banged up.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, this game doesn't mean anything. I know it would be nice to have that sparkling 10-0 conference mark, but you really want to keep your guys healthy for the playoffs, right? Here's another chance for Koenig. Koenig will strike it, and he'll hit it wide. Or did that go off of a Collinsville player? It did. It's going to be a corner kick.
Must have went out off of Dane Compton.
Fourth corner kick of the night coming up here for O'Fallon. 12:50 left to play here in the second half in a 1-1 game. Not that I don't want to see him win and I don't want to see him get that 10-0 mark, but what's more important? Not getting your guys injured is
You're
one.
right. Going into regionals next week, I agree.
Here's one high, and that's down. That's blocked out by Compton. And Compton gets another foot on it and gets it out of there a little bit farther. Actually, that's Hammond, or excuse me, Mahat that did all that work.
It's good to see Landon get scrappy in there.
Yeah, I was trying to look down at the shoes because Compton wears those bright green ones. Then I lost track, but they're both about the same size.
Right. No, you're exactly right.
That initial shot. Mahat was on that near post, and he was in the right spot again. That's another nice throw in. That one's headed, and it's headed high, and it's near the end line, but O'Fallon keeps it in. Collinsville trying to get it out. Kahawks do get it out. Over here on the near side, it finds the foot of Adam Reiniger. Reiniger sends it over to Doria. Doria at midfield. I was going to say they probably need to slow it down a little bit, let everybody catch back up because he and Reiniger were the only two guys wearing the purple and the white that were out there.
Borum trying to thread a pass to Gavin Chrisman. Couldn't sneak it past that Fallon left back.
I'll find out in the post-game interview there, Mr. Roseman. That was one of the questions I was already on the tip of my tongue. 11:10 left to play here in this second half. We're tied at 1. Southwestern Conference finale for both teams. It's the season finale for O'Fallon.
Bodie's back in the match for Gavin Chrisman.
He probably just needed a drink.
Probably.
I need a drink. Little Mountain Dew refreshment up here in the booth, kids. Comes out to this side, sent up the sideline, and Compton will get there first. And then that ball
what
was.
We got there?
I don't know because he came behind y'all. I don't know about that. Koenig came up right behind Compton. I think Koenig is the one who kicked that ball, unless he kicked Compton's foot and Compton's foot kicked the ball.
It's either way. I'm not sure what Dane was doing there. I don't know if Dane was looking to pass because you saw him. He turned his body back towards Nick Horace like he was going to play the ball back to him.
I thought that's what he was going to do.
Me too. That's
corner kick coming up here. Treadway is going to take it over here on this near side, and it's on the way. And down, and that one's in. That one is scored by Koenig. And Koenig scores his team-leading 10th goal of the year.
Those are balls that Collinsville has struggled to clear all year long. Corner kicks, throw-ins, you name it. We do not win balls in the air like we should. We do not dominate the 18-yard box on either end.
Well, now the Kahawks are going to have to play some catch-up, and this is probably the latest in a match this year that Collinsville has been trailing against the Southwestern Conference team. Bodie, he'll send it up as Collinsville tries to play catch-up. We have 10 minutes left to go here in this second half. O'Fallon has taken a 2-1 lead. O'Fallon is hosting the other regional. Collinsville, of course, hosting their own regional. And O'Fallon will be playing Belleville West 1 week from tomorrow.
Why is a striker able to come back and get that second ball in the Collinsville midfield? I don't understand it. Is it a formation issue? Is it an effort issue? I'm not sure.
Out to Mahat, up to Peterson, to Doria, but stepping in front of Doria to take that ball was Radcliffe, and Radcliffe will send the ball all the way down to Compton. Compton, up to midfield, Bodie with it. Bodie over onto the far side for Garofalo. Garofalo gets it right back from Peterson. Now back out to Bodie. Bodie gets pressure from behind, gets rid of it just in time. Reiniger uses the bottom of his shoe to keep it going forward. And then a loose ball that's popped up. And I don't know if that guy got the head on it or not. Reiniger sends the ball backwards to Munoz, just inside the corner of the box. O'Fallon sends it back out to midfield. Bodie is there. Also, Koenig is there. Koenig right now has the go-ahead goal. That ball goes out of bounds. Collinsville will get to keep it. And a throw-in coming up here. Looks like it's going to be handled by Justin Hammond. Chrisman just checked back into the game, though. They're not going to send him over here? No?
Apparently not.
Hammond's going to throw it in. Reiniger has it go right past him. And across the end line it goes. That'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Jacob. 8 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-1. Jacob with a goal kick restart will send a low one back out to midfield. Popped up. Munoz trying to track it down. He can't. Fallon keeps the ball in, but a whistle will give the ball back to Collinsville. And the Kahawks will have a throw-in. I'm guessing they were saying that he was out of bounds when he headed that ball back in.
Yeah, I think so.
Fallon sends it back out to midfield. Here is Crowder. Crowder sends it back to Compton. Compton over onto the far side now for Garofalo. And Garofalo streaks up the sideline and sends it to Chrisman. Chrisman back over to Garofalo. Garofalo trying to find Peterson. Peterson got bumped off the ball. And then that ball, that ball struck one of our players right in the face on the bench over there.
I didn't see that. It was definitely cleared with pace.
Yeah. I hope that kid sitting at the bench is all right. There's Bodie getting pressured from behind, and Collinsville will send it back to their defense. Here is Compton.
It's Carter Bouchard, man. He works hard up top. I will give him that credit.
Little no-look pass. Now back out to midfield for Crowder over to Garofalo. Garofalo will poke the ball to the front, and here is Reiniger trying to split the defense, and he did everything right except the ball wouldn't cooperate with him. Now Fallon sends the ball back out to midfield. Thought for a minute there that Mahat might be able to get to that one, but he couldn't. Here is Compton. Compton back out to midfield. 6 minutes to go here in the second half. Collinsville trailing 2-1. And the Kahawks running short on time here if they want to even this up and get a chance to pick up a victory here tonight and stay spotless in conference play. Right now, O'Fallon has an idea of an upset. Over here to this side now for Hammond. Hammond sends it up to Crowder. Crowder gets past one. Sends it over to Bodie. In front to Munoz. He gets taken off the ball. Bodie trying to track it down again. He'll send it over to Garofalo. Garofalo. He'll poke one to the front of the box. Reiniger trying to get in there, and that ball is popped up. And it's going to go across the end line, and it is going to be a corner kick coming up here for the Kahawks. It'll be their third corner kick of the night. This one will take place over on the far side corner. And let's see if the Kahawks can get something going here on a set piece.
Show me some heart, White. Show me some heart.
In front. I think Peterson got a leg on it, but that's going to be off of another O'Fallon player, so another corner kick. 2 in a row, each team now with 4 corner kicks. And another try off of a head, pops straight up into the air. Chrisman is there.
Handball.
He can't get it, and a no call.
Looked to me like a handball.
I saw a bunch of guys
Yeah.
wearing white throw their hands up,
Yep.
so somebody saw something down there that I couldn't see from up here.
No, I clearly saw it deflect off a hand.
4.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Jacob, the goalkeeper for O'Fallon, ready to send it back out. Popped up. Off of a head, down to Bodie. Bodie will send it over to Borm. Borm, he moves up and sends one. Nicely done on the pass to Reiniger. Reiniger lost control of it in front of the box. Peterson trying to track it down. He couldn't get there. Now Bodie is there. He'll stop it with the body. Get it up to Mahat, who kind of pokes it into the front of the box. It never did make it any farther than that. And now a ball out of bounds. It bounces over the Kahawk bench. Collinsville will get to keep it. Chrisman will throw it in from the end of the bench. Chrisman throws it up into the front of the box over on the right wing. It's headed back out by O'Fallon, but it finds the foot of Bodie. And that one's going to go out of bounds again. Throw in coming up here as we move farther down the field. 3.5 minutes to go. Chrisman.
Collinsville's got to get numbers inside that box.
Chrisman's ready to go. Gets a running start. Throws a high one into the front middle. Down it goes. Peterson trying to get there. He can't. Chrisman, he'll get it. And that shot's blocked. And he'll just send it back out here to Borm. Borm will send it right back into the front of the box. Collinsville trying to keep the attack alive here. And now we have a whistle.
I don't know what the call was.
Neither do I. I didn't see it. I was following the ball.
Yeah.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the second half. 2-1 in favor of O'Fallon. O'Fallon sends the ball down. Here again is Koenig. Koenig already has the go-ahead goal. Looking for another one, and that one's sent across the line. And that one will be a goal kick restart, so Collinsville dodges a bullet there.
Borm had 2 players on that right side. I think he stepped in to mark one, and the ball was played to Koenig, who was streaking up the middle of the field.
Out to midfield it goes, and to the sideline it goes. Out of bounds, Collinsville will have a throw-in. Kahawks are running low on time. 2:15 left to play here in this second half. 2-1 in favor of O'Fallon. O'Fallon trying to pick up a Southwestern Conference victory. That would be their 5th. Trying to hand Collinsville their first conference loss on the year in their last conference game. Here's another throw-in from Chrisman. We're under 2 minutes to go. Chrisman, about 30 yards away from the goal, all the way on the far sideline. Gets that running start, throws it into the box. It's on the ground, and it comes back out the other side. And that one is going to go across the sideline. No, it didn't. It never went out of bounds. So O'Fallon, they saved it from going out of bounds, and they'll send it back out to midfield, and here is Borm. Borm sends it over to Bodie. Bodie skirts it in front of his bench and sends it back into the front of the box. And Collinsville trying to track it down. Here is Mahat. Mahat sends it over to Hammond. Hammond back to the midfield circle for Borm. Borm over on the far side as we approach 1:10 left to play here in this second half. Here is Bodie. Bodie over on the far wing off of a O'Fallon player. Nicely done there, Bodie. And another throw-in coming up here for Chrisman as we have 1 minute to go here in this second half. Chrisman throws it in high. Headed right back to where it came from by Weber. Chrisman settling it down. Sends it back into the front of the box, and again it's sky high off of one of the O'Fallon players. Comes down from Munoz. Munoz, a shot there by Mahat. That never made it all the way in. And then a scrum over in the front of that box. And O'Fallon wins it and sends it back out all the way to midfield. Borm will send it back up as the Kahawks look for another attack possibility here with 30 seconds left to play in this second half. Collinsville sends it up front. Reiniger, trying to get there, but Jacob got there just in time.
It's going to do it.
Yeah, Jacob's going to hold on to it as long as he can without being told to kick it, and he sky highs it. all the way out of bounds. A throw in coming up here by to Bodie. Bodie sends it back down to 5 seconds, and another chance. Nope. Thought for a moment there Peterson was going to let that ball come down on his foot. But the game comes to an end, and Collinsville suffers their first Southwestern Conference loss here tonight at the hand of the O'Fallon Panthers by a final score of 2-1. And I hope there, Mr. Borm, that in the long run, this game doesn't mean that much, and I hope that the kids realize that, but I know it's got to hurt.
No, it does, because I know they wanted to go for that 10-0 conference record. It doesn't mean much, but I do worry about the psyche of this team. I do worry about what a loss like this is going to do for their confidence going into the playoffs. And the coaches have got to get them motivated, and they've got to get them ready.
Well, I guess the good news is you have a game Thursday to play before the playoffs start to kind of fix things.
Sure. Right.
All right. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. That is Brett Borm on the other microphone. We thank him for hanging out here with us. We thank Layla Hutchison on the camera and on the halftime show. Thank you very much, dear. You are free to go if you would like. And my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the postgame program brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape since 2012, offering catering and some of the best homemade food in the area. Give Cafe Agape a call if you have an event coming up that you would like to get catered. And it could be a small event like an office party or a larger event like a wedding reception. Cafe Agape can handle that. Give them a call at 345-CAFE, 618-345-2233. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is the new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmers markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off of the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream, gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced products. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, only in Collinsville, Illinois. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville Kahawks on the Kahok Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Kahok boys soccer team suffers their first and only Southwestern Conference loss of the year here at O'Fallon by a final score of 2-1. Joining us now is assistant coach Jake Koenig. First of all, man, the young man who scored the game-winning goal, Nate Koenig. Any relation?
Nope, no relation at all. Just seen a different family with the last name Koenig in town, and actually, funny, his older brother's name's Jake Koenig too.
Really?
No relation.
Okay. Well, you got to ask because it's the same last name.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So how's it feel being back at your own home turf wearing the opposing team's colors?
It's bittersweet. I've since joining the coaching staff, I've had a really great time getting to learn Coach Loogie style, Coach Boyd style. Sid and Jeff Hayes. But coming back here and playing Kaz, who I coached with the last 2 years, obviously it's a fun game to be a part of. That rivalry we got going, but obviously my connections from going to high school here and being with Kaz for the last 2 years, it's a bittersweet moment, but. It's a good time, fun game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any of the O'Fallon people give you guff about the color purple?
Of course.
You don't look good in purple, man.
Of course.
Things like that, I'm sure they have.
Of course.
All right, man, let's talk about the game here for a little bit. Kind of a mixed bag of stuff going on here. Number one, you lose the game, and I was telling Brett Borm during the thing, because looked like Bodie went down a couple of times. He
Yeah.
was like limping off, and
Right.
Bourne was holding the groin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you got to get these guys. You don't want them to go into the playoffs injured.
Mhm.
But I understand the importance of the game.
Sure.
So that's a tough kind of thing to handle for a coach.
Right. And we go into every game, wanting to win. It's not one of those things where you want to hold people back. If they're able to play and they think they can play, obviously we want to put the best team possible out there to be competitive, game in and game out. So, yeah, of course, we're trying to monitor the situation with a few injuries we got, but hoping, moving forward throughout this week and early into next week, we address those concerns and get them iced up and rest up and hoping get them ready for playoffs here come soon.
Yeah, as Brett Bourne mentioned, man, it's a Southwestern Conference game, so
Yeah.
those are all physical.
Yeah, it's with all the good competition around here. I hope you don't expect to think you're going to go 10-0. Like, yeah, of course we wanted it, but the competition is too good to just think that you can get through that conference.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy Crowder got his first goal of the year, so nothing like waiting until the end, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully it's a Kickstarter for him. Hopefully a confidence boost, going into playoffs. Hopefully he can get more on the score sheet, going forward to kind of jump his confidence up a little bit.
Hey, guys, got Granite City to close out the regular season on Thursday. That's a couple of things. You get to work on some things before you head into the playoffs, and you get to look at a team that you might play in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a good situation for us. We get to work on some adjustments that we'll make probably post-game to this, and we'll get to really enforce it and look at it, going into playoffs, what we need to additionally address going forward into that first round. But, yeah, it'll be an exciting game on Thursday, and then if we see them in playoffs, it'll be even more exciting, to hopefully go battle with them and get a result.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Todd.
All right, that is Jake Koenig, one of the assistant coaches here for Rob Loogie and his Collinsville Kahawks, as Collinsville loses this game here tonight by a score of 2-1. So Collinsville sees their conference record go to 9-1, and their overall record is now 15-3-2. And again, they play Thursday at Kahok Stadium against Granite City. Our next action will come your way Thursday as well, but we'll be on the road again as we will be in Alton as your Lady Kahawks take to the floor for a little volleyball action as they try to shake off the conference loss tonight to Belleville West. So that's our next coverage for you. We should be on the air sometime around the 5:30, 5:40 area with pregame coverage, and 6 p.m. is usually the scheduled start of varsity volleyball matches, but again, that all depends on the longevity of the JV match. And then, of course, Friday, we will be back at home for the Pink Out football game against Champaign Centennial as the Chargers come to town with an undefeated 7-0 record against your 6-1 Kahawks. But that's Friday. We suffer a loss here tonight, 2-1 to O'Fallon, and we're back with you on Thursday with a little girls volleyball action, Southwestern Conference style from Alton. Big thank you to all involved. Of course, a big thank you to Coach Loogie for joining us in the pregame show, Coach Koenig for joining us in the postgame show. Thanks to Chris Kettler, who helped out a little bit here tonight by giving us some halftime scores while I was talking to Layla Hutchinson, who operated our camera here tonight, one of the members of our Kahawk Broadcasting Club. We appreciate her help and her interest in helping out the Kahawk Sports Network. And, of course, my broadcast partner for soccer games, Mr. Brett Bourne. We appreciate everyone's help. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday evening, everyone enjoy the rest of this evening.